The NHL season started just a few weeks ago, and if you go to a game, you may be lucky enough to go home with a souvenir puck. But today, YTD will pass the protein puck around and sample a hat trick of snacks to see which ones will score and which ones will go to the penalty box. You tried that? You tried that. I'm Nick Nowak, my pal Shane Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hey.
You guys watching that hockey? All right. So crime was committed. Well, so they thought. There was a learning center where there were kids, and the report came in that there was a man across the street standing at the window for hours watching the center. And this was making parents nervous. They heard about this report. And they come to find that the man watching them was a cutout of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Cardboard cutout.
Of one of the most distinctive looking men in modern history, probably. Yeah. You know what I mean?
A kindergarten cat.
That's a real Home Alone situation right there.
That fucking Home Alone scene where they're like... It's got a cardboard cutout. It's just like fucking arms waving back and forth.
Michael Jordan on a train set. Oh, he's over there at a party. I remember I lived with my dad in Milwaukee in his condo for a couple of years in college, and there's always he had a little balcony area, and we'd go out on the balcony sometimes, and there was always what appeared to be a guy just standing in the apartment building across from us. And so I was like, the guy, it can't be a guy because he's always there, just staring, arms akimbo kind of. And so finally I took a pair of binoculars and I looked across the way, and it was a cardboard cutout of Jim Carrey from Liar Liar. I don't know what, it was it was a movie promotional set. I was like, why would you have that up in your apartment? But
I know, don't put it in your apartment. Put it across from where kids are doing martial arts or whatever it was they were doing.
Did that story work on the police of why you had binoculars looking into?
Look, it's Liar Liar. It's Jim Carrey in her bra. It was I could see a smidge of the beach. But it was the Milwaukee beach. So, kind of not worth it.
But then there was another crime. This was in Canada then. It says that police tweeted about 9 p.m. They were responding to a call of a man seen with a gun in the neighborhood near the downtown, downtown Toronto. They scoured the area, and they discovered that the man with the gun was in fact a cutout of the Terminator.
Who looked at that and been like, oh, that guy's committing a crime? A half robot faced dude, or I guess he wasn't half robot.
Just really wanted to find John Connor, and nobody could understand what that meant up there.
So there's Arnold cutouts across the globe.
Terrorizing.
Yeah. Look, they're just trying to get the Turbo Man doll. That's all. They want to get the Turbo Man doll. How's that, Arnold?
That was a really good impression.
Dear Lord.
Your Sinbad might be better. Try that.
I want to get the Turbo Man doll.
Whoa. That sounded like Red Skull. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's classic Arnold, isn't he? Like, ooh la la, I want to get the Turbo Man doll and eat the French bread. That's Arnold, right? Mm-hmm. He's French.
Arnold, classic Frenchman.
What is the difference between the German and Austrian? I mean, they're a bit.
That's something I'm qualified to answer.
They're different countries, I think, for one.
Do we have listeners there?
I don't. We might have one. Yeah.
Is it an Arnold cutout?
There was a crime committed. You Tried Dat podcast listeners were all Arnold cutouts. Various parts of the world.
Just bumping into computers and downloading.
All right, well, which cardboard, if you guys could have any cardboard cutout in your house, you don't have to have it facing out creepily. It's in your house. who would you have?
Wait,
would you go like
I can't face it out creepily?
You could if you want to. You don't have to for the. You know, it could be like so. You know, if you want to go like the the supermodel route or like celeb crush, or do you want to go like the giant football player, Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that? And
Betsy won't think it's weird, and I have giant cutouts of celebrity crushes
giant Salma Hayek
laying
cutout.
about the house. Yeah, bikini clad Salma Hayek. What? It's a cool decoration.
She's a fan of the podcast.
I don't know. I thought about it at various times. Like Jake was like maybe wanted like a fat head. Those big like full wall decals you can get of like a Packers player or something, or Giannis or something. But that's not a cutout, I guess.
I would now. One of my favorite movies from when I was a kid has a famous cutout in it, and that's Major League. When they like get a cutout of the owner, and like they have so many games to win left in the season, and they like peel part of her dress away like each time they win a game. I don't know how much you guys remember that. So I would get the clothes just because then it seems like a movie prop or something as opposed to just like guy I like. So,
but then would you like strip a piece for clothing off every time like we had a successful podcast or something?
Yes.
Still fully clothed 6 years later.
I'd get a Terminator with peel away clothing.
I always think of for cardboard cutouts, I think of in Last Action Hero when they go into the video store and there's a Sly Stallone as Terminator cardboard cutout in there.
Oh yeah.
But I think my answer, and I'm surprised neither of you guys thought of this because it's kind of like an obvious answer. Oliver Platt and Three Musketeers. That's who I would pick.
Do they have enough cardboard to make that big fat fuck? Maybe triple corrugated cardboard.
It just, it collapses under its own.
It's like a refrigerator box, yeah.
Great.
All right. Let's eat some snacks because we've got a lot to do here.
I don't like him.
That was unnecessary. Yeah. What did he do to you?
Played Porthos, I guess.
He's a fine actor.
He even has like a slovenly sound, like Platt. Just sounds like a fart, like a wet fart. Platt.
What else was Platt in?
I think my
Oliver
big fat
Platt
wedding. I'm not sure. It's his home video of his wedding.
Oliver Platt filmography. Let's see.
Police came to the report of an Oliver Platt cutout watching a school. They investigated. It turned out it was actually Oliver Platt.
I think it seems like he's got minor roles in lots of stuff, like 2012, Time to Kill, Year One, Bicentennial Man, Beethoven, that movie about that dog.
Was he the dog?
Oh, he was Beethoven.
Yeah.
Race for that.
Oh God,
he's the
dog. Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy.
The Blob.
Yeah.
He played the one of the twins from the Guinness World Records.
He's in X-Men First Class, apparently.
He is Wolverine.
Yeah, that's right. He is Wolverine. I forgot.
Professor X. Floats around his chair, orders pizza. He's not even that bad. I don't know why I'm saying that.
He's a normal man. He looks like me.
He's in it. He's a voice in Scarface, The World Is Ours video game. There's a Scarface video game?
Is it okay? He's a better.
You try to kill Simba,
doing blow and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, so that's Scarface.
That's the Lion King. You. What the fuck? I was like, you took me a second. I'm like, Simba.
Right.
Al Pacino with the machine gun just.
Tony Montana goes on a safari.
I got kids' entertainment on the brain. I guess. I'm watching a lot of
Hakuna Matata. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Just like fucking slits the warthog's throat and takes him over.
Say hello to my circle of life.
I gotta say, I've given Oliver Platt a lot of shit on this podcast, including as recently as 30 seconds ago. However, he's a better actor than appearing as a voice of a shitty video game that I've never heard of. What did he do to deserve that? Well, he's Platt.
I wanted a paycheck.
What did he do to deserve that? Oh yeah, he was born Oliver Platt. All right, let's eat this.
He'd be a natural for Pumbaa.
3 snacks. Rate them on a 5-point scale. Love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Yeah. Let's start with the Loacker.
Can you sniff the blow tonight?
All right, we have done the lemon Loacker.
Yes.
Way back in the day. This is the classic Cremkakao Loacker. So just chocolate, apparently. And it's like, if you're unfamiliar, it is like a wafer cookie kind of a thing, like the long, thin wafer cookies that you can see at the store in like a strawberry or chocolate versions.
I feel like we've had something very close to this on this podcast a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've eaten a couple wafer cookies, but I was kind of excited about this because I remember specifically liking the lemon one. Maybe I should go back and double check my ratings before I commit to that. But
this and the next one are a couple of things that my wife picked up in Italy, and you can get this here as well. So she just wasted her fucking time.
This isn't very Italian sounding, Loacker.
I checked the spreadsheet, and for the Loacker lemon wafers, you guys will be surprised. Do you want to guess your ratings, or should I just tell you? Or
I'm gonna guess indifferent.
Yeah, something like not great.
Okay, well, Novak gave him a dislike. I gave him a like. Geiger, you gave him a love dat.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
I don't remember. I eat anything. Oh. I'm the Oliver Platt of this podcast.
Yeah. You know who else is from Europe?
Who?
Portos.
And you know who else is from Europe?
Who?
French Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, get to the chopper with the French bread. Oh.
Dear.
Who is your daddy and what does he do, mon ami?
Great.
All right, Geiger. You loved the previous version.
I did. Apparently.
Lemon. Do you love this as well?
I've had 3 now. I think they're very tasty. I like the wafer is very thin and it's not overly. Some of these wafers, it's like too much wafer and the wafer has almost no flavor. This is like thin. It just is there for texture, which I know I've kind of been like I've overrated texture. I think the texture is somewhat overrated, but here I think it works. And I think the chocolate's pretty good. It's not quite dark chocolate, but it doesn't taste like milk chocolate. I know that's not helpful. Actually,
it tastes a little darker.
It looks pretty dark. And maybe gusto natural means dark chocolate or something. I don't know. Probably not. But I think it's pretty good.
You think the word natural in Italian
that probably
means either dark or chocolate?
Gusto probably means dark.
Okay, great.
Probably not. You don't think so? Okay.
No.
I think these are very good. I'm going to give them a like that. I like them a bunch.
All right. Chad, what do you think?
Okay. The chocolate is definitely darker than I was expecting. And I think part of that is just like, Europeans, I think, like their chocolate a little bit darker, us like, we'll see Americans have to have like everything with like sugar and whatever else. I agree that the wafer is very good. And I felt that way with the lemon as well. But the chocolate is just not as sweet as I really want from something like this. I'm kind of right there. They are tasty. I'm going to give them a very, very mild recommendation. It's a super low level like that for me.
I always kind of like these wafer cookies. I think they're usually good. I actually would like the chocolate to be a little less dark tasting, but it does taste like good chocolate. I'm with Chad. I'm going to slide him into a like that, but it's going to be a low level. So we will say hasta la vista, baby, to the Loackers and move on to the.
It sounded. I got to be honest. That was less French and more the Fonz.
Zut alors, I'll be back.
Just French words.
Zutalo. Croque monsieur, I'll be back.
Excusez-moi, it's not a tumor. Okay, let's do the protein puck. The protein puck is made by Protein Puck is actually the name of the company. When I picked these up, there were a bunch of varieties of them. There were some coconut ones. This one looked the most appetizing. It's the peanut butter.
It did?
It's called the Wanderlust. It's got peanut butter, almonds, oats, cranberry, and sunflower seeds. Those ingredients all sound good.
It looks like a veggie burger.
It does look like a veggie burger.
Like an uncooked veggie burger.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It looks like if you go to Spencer's Gifts or something and you get that thing of fake puke.
God damn it.
What? You don't like it?
No,
it's not a goddamn it.
Not a goddamn. It's not a god.
Can your system not handle all these natural ingredients?
Did your wife pick this out too, or was this your problem?
It's my fault. Sorry.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, Chad. If you've had enough of this thing, you're up first.
Oh, yeah, maybe. God damn it is like a little bit too strong of a reaction, but like I just bit in and it like sucked. This thing sucked all the saliva just directly out of my mouth. It just made it all evaporate, like I was, taking a bite of the sun or something. You know what I mean? Like I think it's so drying. I don't think there's any. I mean, I guess I sort of I taste a hint of peanut butter. That's true. The rest of the flavors I really don't like at all. It's definitely not the nastiest of these like high protein snacks that we've ever had, but I will not be taking a second bite. Hate that.
Wow. Whew. There's a famous French phrase: "If it bleeds, we can kill it." And this thing does not bleed. I will not kill it along with Chad. It's not. This is nowhere near those protein bars with their like crappy, chalky taste and like dry powderiness. It's not on that level. I thought this might be decent actually when I got it, because there are some bars like this that I like that are just mashed together ingredients like this. Now the biggest problem is they went way too light on the peanut butter, way too light, and this isn't even for it to have this level of taste. It needs to have way more protein. Mm-hmm. It's got like the entire thing's got 16 grams of protein and it weighs like 90 pounds. So they should have jammed some more in there. While you guys Google Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes. I'm looking at both of you fucking typing away. Not listening to a goddamn word.
Hey, I'm doing the segment later. I'm fully aware of what that face looks like, you two assholes.
Okay, I was typing into Google Translate from English to French, who is your daddy and what does he do?
And I was doing the same, but come with me if you want to live.
So I'll say indifferent to that, and you guys. So, Geiger, do you want to do the French saying, or do you want to do a snack rating?
I'll do a French saying, in a second. All right, French. Hold on. Well, I gotta flip. Okay, here we go. Come with me if you want to live.
This is thralling.
All right, so viens avec moi si tu veux vivre.
Oh, bravo!
Yeah, how did I do? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Would Arnold be proud?
You sound like me after 3 years of French, honestly, where I was like not even trying.
Oh yeah, I took 3 years of German and I know very little. I'm not making this up. This is a quick aside. We had these crazy workbooks in our German class that had it would use the same characters over and over again, and they even had audio tapes that of like these characters supposedly saying German. And the characters they used, the three I remember that were in all the skits, were Superman, Dracula, and Conan O'Brien. And I don't know, it was the weirdest combination of like, wo ist die Toretta? Ich heiße Dracula, or whatever. And then Conan O'Brien like, Dodge Rubin, or whatever. It was like the weirdest fucking, I don't know, it's like they had the world's oddest licensing rights. But anyway, All right, back to this bird feeder. It reminds me of it looks like something you would stick in a bird feeder to feed a bunch of sparrows over the winter. It It doesn't taste good. It like I was excited maybe because I like nuts and although I don't want to eat too much of this because I know there's almonds in here. I think more cranberries would have helped to like break up the monotony of the taste with something more tart. They says there's cranberries in there. I got maybe one. It's got like the Oliver Platt problem of it's too big and it's not very good. But it's also just it is too thick.
It's so plattish. So plattish.
It's really kind of plat shaped. But it just doesn't taste good, and it is too big, it's too dense, and the peanut butter is supposed to be the most predominant thing, but it really doesn't. It tastes more like a nut butter, like a dry nut butter, and not
just all butter. Oats.
Yeah, so I'll indifferent. It's not terrible. Like if I had to eat it as like a snack on the go, I mean, it would get me through, but it's something I would enjoy.
Indifferent to plat. That's what you give it.
All right, okay.
All right. You guys just tournament. Hold on. So we're gonna do a fighting tournament. I'm gonna give a pause in the beginning for Novak and Chad to pull up a different browser so they can focus on something else like they did last time. If there's any Big Johnson t-shirts left to talk about, but we're gonna do another fighting tournament. Another batch of mascots on the chopper today. We are going to do the Pac-12 while it still exists. By this time next year, the Pac-12 will basically not exist anymore. So what we'll get in while the getting's good. I know. All you diehard Pac-12 fans out there, sorry. So there's 12 teams. So I Googled 12-team bracket, and it came back with a bunch of French Arnold quotes. So I had to re-Google it. But we're gonna go with a modified bracket. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all have automatic buys. We'll see them in the next round. Okay. So we are going to start out with the 8-9 seed, the Washington Huskies, against the Arizona Wildcats. So again, as we established in the Big Ten tournament, Wildcat is just cats that are out in the wild. They're not necessarily like large animals, they're just wild, feral cats.
That escaped.
that
got out when their owner went out to get the mail.
When the PetSmart left their doors open, they all had a jailbreak. And then Huskies,
a husky is just Oliver Platt.
Just nice. Husky is just a big old sled dog. Mm-hmm. So who do you got? Chad, I'll let you break this down first.
I mean, this is a classic matchup. Yeah. Cat versus dog. We've seen it. We've seen it in many a cartoon. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we all know the food chain, right? It goes mouse, then cat, and then dog. Dog is on top of that 3-animal food chain.
Right. Oliver Platt at the top. He's eating everything.
I think. Trying to do your tournament and you won't let me.
Yeah.
This is on you.
You keep making Platt.
The one time you've ever not derailed a segment instantaneously.
Enough with the Platt. I'm talking about dogs versus cats here.
All right. This is Platt. Yep.
Yeah. So I think.
Platt content.
Husky.
Yeah, Wildcat. Since Wildcat became a loose cat, and not
like a puma or something.
A promiscuous cat, you mean? Like a loose cat who cats around?
Promiscuous cat.
Since it wasn't a puma.
Hold on. Oh, promiscuous girl. I'm like, what song are you trying to say? Promiscuous cat. I'm like, is the cat living this?
I don't remember any of the
other words. Drinking milk out of a bowl. That's all I know about cats. Anyway, moving on. So you're taking Husky? Okay. The 512, the golden bear from California. Now, the golden bear, according to Wikipedia, is a large brown bear in folklore. So the actual golden bear is not real. And it helpfully, to help you guys, the golden bear can range anywhere from 290 pounds to 1,540 pounds. So a pretty narrow range that it's defined.
290 to Platt.
I was going to say, okay, so from half to 3 Platts.
We're going up against Stanford. Now, Stanford is the cardinal, which is the color. However, the mascot is a mascot tournament. Yes, is a tree. Yeah. So the reason it was a tree, apparently in the long time ago, their mascot was Native American tinged, I think, and that became untenable. Mm-hmm. So they tried to come up with some different
They landed on
mascot.
tree.
Well, they had a contest, and I guess they were getting progressively goofier. They're doing like skits with the band at halftime with fake suggestions, and one of them was a tree, and everyone loved it, and now it's just a tree. So
it is a very funny mascot.
Yeah,
like,
it is
the running around tree.
It's a pine tree with like googly eyes. It looks hilarious. So, tree versus bear versus tree, kind of also a classic nature matchup.
Yeah, bear like uses tree to scratch its back and stuff. Like, isn't it? It's kind of
wipes its ass with a tree usually.
Climbs trees sometimes. You know.
Yeah,
climbs
falls out of them if you're a drop bear.
Yeah. Tree is bear's bitch, right? As we've established.
Bears drop out of trees onto trampolines in the best video I've ever seen.
Hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah.
And then flop lifelessly to the ground.
That video.
That was my Facebook like header photo for like I might still be. I don't know. I never use Facebook, but that still shot of the bear like all spread eagle. 2 feet above the tram.
You know what I would get? A cardboard cutout of that bear, and I would just drop it onto a trampoline once a day.
So let's move past this one quick. I'll pick bear. Golden.
Yeah, same bear.
Okay. All right. The 7-10. 7-10 split. So cougar. So a horny 40-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 40?
40's cougar these days?
Isn't it 40's cougar? Or what is it, 50s? I don't know.
You know what they say? 40 is the new cougar.
Apparently,
so we could be cougars.
Yeah, we are. Apparently, a friend at work was saying like older women, older than that, like whatever a puma or whatever a cougar is, a puma is the next older up. So I don't know if that's 60s or 70s or something. Yeah, there's a whole tree of them.
Puma's the next one,
I guess. Yeah.
I always thought of it as like 50s for
okay.
Cougar, right. But also that's not really the mascot, so who gives a fuck? Like what?
No, it's like on their helmet is like an old woman like playing with herself like alluringly. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
When they're 90, they're pumas because they might puma
versus the Oregon gilfs.
Pants and gilfs. That was good both ways. All right, cougar actually not. It's like a mountain lion. Against another
Thanks for clarifying.
Another sexually suggestive name, the Oregon State Beavers. So cougar constantly defeating her beaver, you know what I'm saying? But no,
can you clarify it?
Why you just that's a really creepy joke for you guys to stare blankly at. You should have at least laughed. Made it more palatable.
Masturbation is defeating your genitals.
I own my dick daily.
I am the Mike Tyson of
me versus you. Let's go.
Get over here. My dick is definitely Little Mac, and I'm definitely Mike Tyson. Cougar beaver. Novak, what do you got? I wouldn't want to fight a beaver. I don't know, but I don't know if that cougar would have a problem. But
no, it really shouldn't. I wouldn't think having trouble with the beaver. I don't know. I've never heard of a beaver like killing as a predator of any kind. So I'm gonna have to go cougar.
Yeah, I guess on the one hand, right, what does the beaver have in its skill set that no other animal has, right? The ability to build dams.
Yeah.
So it's possible that the beaver could build a dam, which then floods the stadium that they're fighting in and drowns the cougar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it could. If the beaver
building a dam actually stops the flood. So.
Well, rediverting the water somewhere else.
Yeah, right. Into the stadium so as to flood the cougar.
Okay, it's going to
the beaver. If the beaver had 2 to 3 years of civic planning to do beforehand,
well, you didn't say it didn't, so I will go beaver here.
Now, what I thought you might say that the key weapon in its arsenal was the nuclear codes, but the beaver
Bears
does not
got
have access
those. Bears got the nuclear codes. We know this.
It's unfortunate too because beaver really missed out by not getting to be versus tree. That his mortal enemy.
Oh yeah,
like beaver is to tree what I am to my genitals, just undefeated. They have a winning streak of epic proportions. Okay,
wait, hold on. So it's a tie. I sent it to you for the tiebreak.
Oh, you picked beaver?
You picked beaver?
Yeah, it's drowning the cougar.
Dumb fucking. Okay,
I talked myself into it.
Yeah, it's cougar. Moving on, cougar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 6-10 matchup, we have another bear. Maybe this one is the nuclear codes. It's a Bruin. A Bruin is basically an English folk term for a brown bear, and helpfully, it can be anywhere from 200 to 1,000 pounds. So like maybe 1 to 2.5 plats.
So the fake mythical bear is like only fractionally
slightly larger, and maybe slightly yellower. So Bruin
it's
versus
got frosted tips, and
it's the Guy Fieri of bears. Look at thebomb.com. Bruin or duck, Oregon duck. There's some weak ass Pac-12 names.
Yeah, this is an ass whooping too. Yeah, I will go bear here over duck.
The one thing the duck can do
is quack. That's what ducks can do. They can
is
quack.
flood the arena. Bear.
Okay, Bruin. All right. So let's do the 4 matchup then. So the 4 seed is the Buffaloes of Colorado. Now, buffalo, pretty powerful, big animal.
Sure.
Got horns, right? Does have horns. I looked. Versus the Golden Bear. So now again, the Golden Bear, 290 to 1,540 pounds. So slightly bigger, legendary bear.
How much does a buffalo weigh? Let's see.
And buffalo are like 800 or 900 pounds too. They're pretty big.
Oh, they're huge. Yeah.
Okay. A male adult can range from 1,000 to 2,200 pounds, and the female from 790 to 1,200 pounds.
Mm-hmm. More consistently big.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, right, Jen. There you go. Uh-oh.
Well, but they're just buffalo, right? Like they're not aggressive. All they have is those horns. You know, they have to run around on all fours. Bears got claws. Bears can get up, swat at you. You know, climb trees, jump from the trees, and like
Bears
get on your back.
Bears also run on all
out.
fours. Bears don't like get on a motorcycle.
Some do.
I've seen him ride a motorcycle at the circus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a buffalo at the circus jumping on, getting shot out of a cannon into an unsuspecting crowd. Oh God! Smashes through the side of the circus tent. Whoops!
Yeah, I mean, bear is like one of the ultimate predators out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like top dog on the North American food chain. I'll bet bears have killed buffaloes many times in like Yellowstone or something.
Mm-hmm. The show?
I don't know. Let's say Yellowstone.
I don't know, Yosemite, one of these Y parks. So I will go bear.
Okay.
Definitely a tough one. I feel like the bear's maneuverability is a little better. Like a buffalo, it can turn, right? Like a 180 fast.
Pop wheelies on a motorcycle, yeah.
A buffalo, I feel like, has to, 3-point turn if he wants to get around. So I'm gonna go bear as well.
Remember those buffaloes? As they back up, they go beep beep beep. And turn around. Now it's interesting because I had put buffalo ahead of bear because I looked up, could a buffalo beat a bear on Google, and the consensus of the couple different Quora strings on it was that I think, and I quote, a buffalo would totally fuck up a bear, bro, according to one guy, and that was enough for me. Yeah.
Interesting.
This is Golden Bear.
It is Golden Bear. He is legendary. So that's fair. Right. All right. We're back to bears again. The 3 seed, the Ute, which is a Native American based in Utah, right? Versus a Bruin. Now, again, your Native American has your standard Native American tools at his disposal.
Yeah.
And the Bruin has, the ability to flood the stadium. So
Bruin is not a beaver, all right?
Okay.
You eliminated the stadium flooder.
Got it. That's like that's a real Dennis Hopper movie villain type of plot. So like, I've got a team of beavers going to flood the stadium.
If I know a thing or two about Native Americans, and I don't, it's that they have bear pelts lying around, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They put them in their living room floor, and they use these bears to decorate their house. So they must have killed a number of them. And
their entire house is furnished entirely of bear pellets. Eating on a bear pelvis table.
Bear pellet
if I
toilet.
know another thing about Native Americans is they open their canned goods with an old bear claw. So I'm going to, at the sake of not having the bear versus bear final, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Ute.
Cracking open a can of Chef Boyardee with their bear claw.
Mm-hmm. I do really want bear versus bear final. I think that would be fun to watch. It would be the most entertaining to watch final, but
we don't get to watch it.
Mentally, I just don't think I can justify this particular smaller bear beating the Ute. Yeah. Just the smaller normal bear, I think, could lose. But that doesn't necessarily mean the Ute would beat the mythical golden bear. We'll see.
Fictional fights you can think of and two different types of bear fighting is the thing you want to see the most. We talked about krakens and panthers that got shot down with or have machine guns. You want to see two fucking normal ass bears fighting.
Oh, one of them's gold. And Geiger. Yeah. We know what makes the world go round, right?
Isn't it? It's love, right?
Love of gold.
I would love to see a bear fight a slightly larger bear.
Electric, man. Okay. The number 2 seed, the Trojan. So this is a prophylactic that would be coming. No.
That's going to stop you from flooding the stadium, too.
Yeah. Actually, wrap the whole stadium in a condom and protect it. No, against a cougar. So cougars, common users of Trojans, I hope, for their sake. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, it's a wildcat. That's right. Or an animal. So Trojan versus cougar. Again, the Roman warrior, or Greek warrior, sorry, I think it is. Centurions.
Which is it?
They have like the comb on their hat. Mm-hmm. Hat. That's what it is. A hat. Chad, I think you are primed for Trojan versus Cougar.
Yeah, I mean,
you've been primed.
I set you up great with those bear pack jokes. Yeah, take it from here, my man.
Ooh la la, eating isn't cheating. That's my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger quote.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said that. He did say that one time in some interview.
Wee wee, how did it taste?
Anyway. I mean the Trojan, he's
check
got
the
like
archives.
he's got sword. Okay. Cool. He's got
sore.
He's got sword and shield. Oh. Probably. He's got sores.
He's got sores.
The Trojan didn't use a Trojan, so now he's got sores all over his defeated penis.
Herpes simplex C.
Lost to his penis.
He's got crabs everywhere. Another mascot, probably. Yeah, he's a trained warrior. Like he's gonna have no problem with this, with this little house cat thing.
Novak, do you concur?
Yeah, I was trying to think of some reason it would be a good fight, but
cougar can't.
A lot of these famous old Trojan, like mythical Trojan warriors, were defeated by weird stuff like Achilles.
His Achilles heel, which before was just known as his heel. And then there was
wow.
Yeah.
It's a fucking dad joke if ever there was a fucking terrible dad
joke. And then there was the great warrior Herpes, who before then it was just known as genital warts. And that fell him. They named it Herpes of Sparta. Okay. And then we're finally the number 1 seed strutting on into the ring. So if you've been paying attention, the only one remaining is the Sun Devil. Now, the name of this actually came up, I guess, because they were trying to think of a new name, and they saw like a little bit of sand whirl up in the air in the desert, and they go, "Oh, what a Sun Devil that is," or something dumb shit like that. But the mascot is an actual devil with a pitchfork. He's got the pointy ears and the teeth. And he looks very, very mischievous. So, Sun Devil versus Husky. Who do we think wins? I don't know what kind of powers he has.
He definitely has like this little French mustache thing.
Yeah, he looks very French.
So he's definitely French.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Son Deville.
What's he against?
The Husky. It's Oliver Platt. Porthos is French. You got to be honest there.
Right.
I mean, that's how it works.
I think we've got to give this to Sun Devil. I haven't quite decided what powers he has yet.
Oh, I'll give you some time to think. Yeah, probably of the sun.
Next.
I mean, probably he controls the sun and
he controls the sun.
Sure,
the entire fucking sun.
That should get you two fucking weather freaks a boner. You should get so excited. He's got what you want, weather powers. Chad?
Too bad Beaver can't flood the stadium and put the sun out.
I feel like
how that works.
I feel like Beaver would have a pretty good chance against the sun. In this case, though, I think you are misinterpreting what Sun Devil means. I think this is actually the Devil's son, and he is a fail son. You can tell that just by looking at him. He looks like a sad sack. He's running around with that pitchfork. I guarantee he doesn't even know how to use it. He's going to get defeated by that pitchfork, probably run into the stadium and trip and impale himself on the pitchfork. He looks like he sucks. I'm going to go Husky.
So I misinterpreted it by looking at the word S-U-N and thinking that was the son of the devil.
Yeah, that's the French spelling. So
it was both spelled wrong and put in the wrong position.
Soon devil. All right, I'm picking the devil just because I mean, Husky versus Bear is going to be a pretty lame final. So let's just do Sun Devil versus Golden Bear. Now, Chad's favorite son.
Is this the semis?
This is the semis. The final four here. So, Sun Devil versus Golden Bear.
I would have had a semi if it was Bear versus Bear.
Yeah. Well, maybe the Sun Devil is a bear, just a different
matchup. This is your key matchup, and it can't get you all the way there.
I mean, I'm pretty old at this point.
You can't defeat your penis.
That's about as good as it's going to get, honestly.
Said it's the thing you most want to see fight, and you can't get erect for it?
Two bears are fighting. Get hard already.
Whole stadium for some people at a UFC fight just jacking their dicks furiously. I can't believe Fedor's here. Oh, God.
Will you please stroke your penis at these two bears?
Sir, please leave the zoo. Oh, God. Oh.
Well, I mean, if I didn't think the Sun Devil could beat a dog, I definitely don't think the Sun Devil can beat a bear that has the power of gold, an entire stash of gold that it can use to buy anything it wants, including a nuclear arsenal and codes. So I will say the bear.
Okay.
That's what the Golden Bear means. It means
old
that he's got
song
a bunch of gold.
That says, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Please shine down on me.
Right. So the sun, this is gold versus gold.
Yeah. Makes the world go round.
Yeah.
Thought it was love.
But.
Oh, it is. Love gold.
Novak, I don't want to do anything as dramatic as count to 3, but can you give your answer?
The Golden Bear, the only thing that's brighter than these two things of gold is the Golden Bear's frosted tips. And it's going to be enough to outshine the sun in the bear world fans.
Hell yeah!
Oh, okay, the bear has nuclear codes and gets his hair done in a salon? That's going to take a long time to frost all of a bear's tips.
The bear is the nuclearbomb.com.
Doesn't take that long because it's just the frosted tips.
This is just a barrage of really shitty jokes coming up. This is fucking Armageddon of us muscling this fucking tourney to the finish line. Okay.
All right, fine. Big Johnson, Golden Bear.
It's better to have crabs on your organ. It's better to have crabs in your organ than beavers building a dam and killing everyone in the stadium. All right, Trojan versus Ute. Now, Trojans have often defeated the youth, but not the Utes. Another bad joke there for you, because kids don't use condoms.
That's what you meant?
Yep.
That one legit needed to be explained.
Who's on first? All right.
Here's a question about Trojans.
Yeah.
Were they alive in such a time that people were still very small then?
What?
Like,
yes.
Humans.
The answer to your question is yes.
There weren't like fucking 6'5" like warriors running around in that era, right? Human beings were smaller.
Yeah, they were. The tallest was like 5'6" or whatever back then. Yeah, tiny dudes.
I'll look this up. You guys.
How tall is a Trojan warrior?
How tall?
Just say how. Yeah, how tall were the ancient Greeks?
Warrior.
How tall was Socrates?
Giannis's dad was probably pretty tall.
Oh man, it gave the answer in fucking centimeters. Are you kidding?
5'5" was the average height of an adult male in Greece and Rome.
I fucking nailed it. I said 5'6".
Average, not. I mean, outlier. They probably had some big beefy boys up there.
Oh yeah. So they were much smaller, which I think makes it a closer battle because Utah much more recent. So
much more recent.
Utah more recent than Greece. We all know this.
Utah invented after Greece. Everyone knows this.
But I'm not sure that being 3 inches taller makes you win.
Yeah, but it just helps you get the weapons that are on the higher shelf.
Those are good warriors too, right? Like these Utah, but maybe not all. It's just more interesting to have a Trojan win, I guess. Okay. Like in theory, have better weapons, more deadly weapons. So let's put the Trojan through.
More deadly weapons, despite not being invented as recently.
Yeah,
right. Despite being so short.
Those short kings. All right, Trojan versus Golden Bear, the legendary
I'll vote
bear.
Trojan too. Sure.
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot. I thought we had taken so long. I thought you voted. My apologies.
I was going to say Trojan. Go ahead.
You going to say Trojan? Did you have any funny jokes to make about Trojan?
No, I got nothing. Go for it.
Okay. Trojan versus G Bear. Go.
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 Vamp.
Well, we've had before even just a regular bear in the football, the NFL tournament. Right, like took out an entire team of football players,
all of who are taller than 5'5".
The Washington professional football team that was wearing pads and everything else. Right, like one single bear was just swatting its paws around, and that was just a normal grizzly bear, whatever the bear's mascot bear is. That wasn't a golden bear, a bear this bear doesn't just swat you with his paws; he swat you with his paws while he's holding a bunch of gold bricks. Right, and like he's whacking you, he's knocking you out with those gold bricks, and he's using the bricks to buy an Uzi. Who cares? So I'm gonna say that the golden bear wins.
Giant bear walking into an arms dealer. I'd like an Uzi. Roar! What the fuck?
He comes in, he says, "Say hello to my little friend," and just sprays down the stadium.
That bear sounds cool.
Bear face.
One thing they didn't have in ancient Greece was like very advanced hair technology.
Yeah, they couldn't frost anything.
They could not frost your tips. And also, this bear is from Chicago. Chicago Bears. Golden Bear wins.
Goddamn bears. Foiled by you guys in your fucking bear hard-ons.
Golden Bears.
I will say the way Chad described that bear, he sounded very cool. Chad, do you know how cool he is? How cool is he?
He's so cool. When he goes to sleep, sheep count him.
Yeah, they do. Right. Bears win in the least shocking development of all time.
This golden bear, other regular bear was defeated, to be fair.
Calm the fuck down. Not gonna correct me over bear. Hey, we already have a fucking bear. All right, Jesus. All right.
Well, you're the one who picked the fucking Pac-12.
What else do you want me to do?
Okay.
I don't know. Mountain West.
No, we could do Mountain West. We'll do that next time. Ivy League. The old rich white men versus
Do just Notre Dame just by themselves in the tournament?
Yeah, just the independents.
The problem is almost every one of these conferences has a bear in it.
Almost everyone has a bear, and almost all of them have a wildcat. So we're gonna have to really figure out how we feel about wildcats.
All right, Tronky.
Negatively. That's how.
Ferrero is the company.
Mm-hmm.
They make those little, what are they called? Ferrero. They're like the little in the foil packaging that you can get.
Tronky.
Ferrero Rochers.
Rocher ball.
Yeah. Tronky Nocciola. And this is like a wafery outside with a chocolate creamy center.
Hey, so what are they're called Ferrero? What were they called? Tronky! Just shouting the mentally damaged weirdo over there. Okay, Chad, thanks.
He just asked what this company made, and we're eating the Tronky. It's something they make.
What manner of disability is mentally damaged?
Whatever I have, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Is the middle like hazelnut, do you think?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I think it has to be. It has a picture of a hazelnut on the front.
Well, there you go.
It solves that riddle.
That's a golden hazelnut.
It looks very frosted tipped at the top.
Okay, this is pretty tasty. I think now this reminds me of a bar we had called Who Said Moo that was very good.
Oh, yeah.
It's not on that level.
No.
But it evokes that thought in that the outside's like a very thin, wafery type of outside and then a creamy center. I think I'm a little getting burned down on hazelnut. We've had a lot of hazelnut snacks. It's just not as good as chocolate or just like a straight other type of like basic cream they can put in here. But it's not bad at all. This is tasty and I do like the crunch of it. I'm going to give this a very solid like that. Geiger, what do you think?
I was never as much of a fan of hazelnut as you guys to begin with, I think. And I still am not. This is okay. I think the shell does really nothing to it. It's just the cream inside that you taste. And the cream tastes fine. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it nearly as much as the wafer things. And so for that, just to provide a little distance there, I'm going to make it an indifferent. It's not bad. I just don't love hazelnut as a flavor.
Okay, so we have a welcome. Was the
Loacker
a welcome
yeah.
visitor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're at 2 likes here. If Chad has another like, we're going to have to go to the tiebreaker.
I just said indifferent to that.
Oh.
Why am I even fucking
Novak.
here?
Novak, he's done with the segment. You can start listening to him again.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
All right. If it wants any chance of beating the Loacker, it's going to have to get a love from Chad. And even then, it'll have a tie. So, Chad, what do you think?
Well, all I can think of is that famous quote, famous Arnold Schwarzenegger quote.
Yeah.
Ooh la la, Tronky! Oh, ooh la la. That one.
Yeah, I remember
that.
We did that commercial for Tronky.
Yeah. Running Man.
Yeah.
I'm going to shove this Tronky down your throat! Or what does he say? I'm going to rip your head off!
What?
He says that, what is he like? He's like, grabs the TV
Sounds like
monitor.
Mortal Kombat.
I'm going to rip your head off!
Remember that clever quote?
You know what I'm talking about, Novak. He says he's yelling at the TV in Running Man. And he says, I'm going to shove it down your throat and break your goddamn spine. That's what he says. I'm going to break your goddamn spine.
I never forget that line.
Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. Maybe that's the best.
There you go.
Running
That's
Man.
better.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is not working for me. There's something here. I like Nutella or whatever, but I don't know if it's the hazelnut itself or the wafer or something. There is like an aftertaste here that is off-putting to me. It's okay. I think it's too flaky. You know, you take a bite and it's like, you know, you can't just like move your teeth through it cleanly. It kind of like flakes off in ways that I didn't love. Man, do I want to? I think it's still okay though. I'm just gonna stick it very low level indifferent to that. I was considering going to dislike that, but it is all right. So I'll stick with the low level indifferent to that for the Tronky.
Okay, Loacker is the winner as the welcome visitor. Nothing amazing, but a couple decent ones. So, Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you have been a famous critic of Oliver Platt, like myself, let him hear it. The man is walking around way too confident. He's fucking taking gigs doing voiceover work for Scarface video games.
Got off scot-free for way too long.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's end his work. Cancel Oliver Platt. You heard it here first. If you are attending any stadium or any football games against Oregon State, be careful. The Beavers might have been meticulously planning to divert water to flood the stadium. It's so rapidly you could not escape. If you want to tell us what you think of our snack rating, suggest a snack for the podcast, any of that good stuff, let us know at youtrydat@gmail.com. We are on Twitter, hashtag You Tried Dat. We're on Facebook, the You Tried Dat group. We're on Instagram and YouTube. If you like the podcast, let us know by leaving us a review and stars and telling us how hilarious and informative we are. If you think your friends or family would like it for some heretofore unbeknownst reason, you can let them know. We would love that. And as always, thank you for listening.
Okay, I've looked up the on life-size custom cutouts. There's the 17 bestsellers. All right, the best-selling cutouts. 4 of them are Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Just in different poses or something?
Yeah, different outfits.
I see.
All right.
There's 2 Queen Elizabeths.
What?
And there's a Prince Charles.
Oh my!
Even more what?
That's ghoulish. Could you imagine having a fucking Prince Charles? He looks like a walking mummy. His face is melting as he walks down the street. Fucking horrific person.
There's a Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds together.
Why would you want?
All right,
a
that's
couple?
funny. That's funny.
Blake Shelton for some reason.
Geiger, it's so that you can have that. You can make the two of them fuck. You know?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
do they have lifelike penises.
Push them together.
There's an ML King.
Not gonna make fun of that one.
Moving right along.
Some Halloween ones you would expect. Like there's a pumpkin. There's Frankenstein. There's Freddy Krueger. And then there's one that says, "Creepy clown, it has a hammer." This is like a clown bending at the knees, holding a hammer.
That's on the bestsellers list? It doesn't...
Yep. And then the last 2 are, there's one that's Oktoberfest Beer Babe, right? Holding 2 big steins of beer.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then, of course, is famous French ogre Shrek. He's the last one.
Tronky?
It worked out too. We didn't deserve that.
Really shouldn't have. And we're probably the only ones laughing at this moment.
What's the purpose for a giant fucking 6 foot tall Shrek?
Because Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Again, like Chad said, you push them together and make them fuck you.
No, but put it next to the Taylor Swift.
The German beer babe can just bang him or something.
You start a relationship between Taylor Swift and Prince Charles.
Oh, gross.
Prince Charles is an odd one. I guess I would understand, like, so many people were fans of Princess Di, like, you know, worldwide or whatever.
I think it's just because, like, there's all these, like, these Brits that are, like, weirdly into their stupid royal family.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a couple, like, British families here in San Francisco, even, where it was, like, after the Queen died, and, like, most of us were, like, fucking partying about it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really partying, but I mean, like, I just didn't give a shit. But they put up these, like, these cardboard I saw cardboard cutouts of the Queen. And like all these people like rest in peace. Like, why do you give a shit about this old bag?
Yeah.
You know, and like Prince Charles is the same. Like, fuck him.
This is bullshit. In order to even get a semi, I need fucking Blake Shelton and Clowney as a hammer.
In order to get a semi, I need a Ryan Reynolds cutout being mauled by a bear.
Yeah. I don't get rock hard for the Prince Charles cutout. I'll tell you that. Just doesn't do it for me anymore.
No.
They also have custom ones that you could like make of your friends. You know, we could sell YTD.
Oh, wow. That would be the least wise investment of all time.
If I could just stare out the window at people and then, like, when the police came over, I could stick the cardboard cutout out there and, like, it was just a cutout the whole time. That's not you, that's Shrek. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're right. That's Geiger. Oh, okay.
That's Oliver Platt. No, it's actually Shrek.
Oh, is that a Prince Charles in Chad's window? Oh, nope, that's just Chad taking a shower. That's what that is.
You thought the cardboard cutout was just when you either that means the cardboard cutout moves or this you take a shower by just doing this. Standing
my naked
still.
body looks
in
like
your window?
Prince Charles's face. That's all I'm trying to say, okay?
Shower directly facing an open window.
I look, all I'm saying is when I don't have my clothes on, I look like this horrible ghoul of a king that idiots worship the ground he walks on for some reason. That's all I'm saying.
You should just walk around naked. They'll think you're the king. King Reese's.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The only king that we need.
All right.
Well,
we'll be back next time. Trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Say the word, man, and you can be the one doing the stalking. What do you think?
You cold-blooded bastard. I'll tell you what I think of it. I live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Ah!